Good day. You're welcome to Chidi's Auto Channel. I thank all those who have subscribed to my videos and have watched it. And I thank all those who would also subscribe further. And you all will learn something as I bring out these important facts that some of us may be overlooking in our vehicles. Today we are going to talk about tires in our vehicle. We actually know that the state of our legs determines how we are able to walk, how fast, how slow, if we're able to run, how stable we will be. That is also the function of the tires in our cars. They are very, very important. If we neglect our tires, that is when at times you hear that somebody's tire busted. In order to avoid some of these things, we have to be careful and follow these instructions or these guidelines I'm going to present to us concerning our tires. And as I said earlier, our tires are very, very important. The tires in our vehicle affect our vehicle performance. It affects our vehicle speed. How? Now, our tires helps in the vehicle being stable. When the tires in our vehicle are good, it will make it easier for us to, take bends. It will make it easy for the vehicle to be stable, especially if the roads are a bit undulating. And then if we have good tires, it helps our vehicles to brake better. If our tires are worn out, that there are hardly no teeth in them, when we match our brake, there is lack of friction between the tire and the road, and it will take those cars longer time to stop. If our tires are good and they are properly inflated, when we are speeding and we match brake, the vehicle will respond. Our brakes would respond better than vehicles that their tires are not properly inflated and then the tires are worn out. And then if we are driving on a rough road or muddy places or sandy places, if our tires are good, it helps our vehicle to maneuver such places. But if the tires are worn out, there's a possibility we will get stuck, whether we are driving a back wheel drive or a front wheel drive or even a four-wheel drive. If there is no teeth or the tires are weak or they are worn out, then we are in for a very big trouble. Now, when we are buying our tires, let us remember to check out for the date of manufacture, whether we are buying brand new or already used. There's always a four-digit number that is circled, that is on the side of the tire. Look out for it. It normally is 4. The first two is the weeks of the year, the last two is the year. So when you see a tire that has 11/16, it means it's the 11th week of 2016. That's like 6 years ago. If you buy that tire and put it in your vehicle, yes, it may look good, but because of our weather and heat, it will affect that tire's performance, because the general tire in Nigeria, based on road safety standard, is I think either 4 or 5 years. Anything beyond that, they would definitely tell you that your tire has expired and they will want to impound it. But abroad, people use tires that are older than that. But because of our weather, our tiring, our road, and other things, tires that are above 4 or 5 years, it's an issue. So when you're buying your tires, be it brand new or already used tires, try and get something that is, now that we're in 2022, get any tire that is at least 2019, be it 0119, be it 5019. 5019 is the 50th week of 2019. So whether when we are buying our tires, ask the person selling, please, what's the date of manufacturer? Show me. is normally a 4-digit number and it's put in circle in the tire. That would help us to know if we are buying a good tire or not. Now, when we are buying our tires, it's recommended that we buy tires in twos or in fours. What do I mean? Buy 2 tires or buy 4 tires. And if you're buying 2 tires at the same time, always make sure that they are of the same size and put it either in front or at the back. And it's normally being recommended that the better tire stays in front. But if you buy 4 tires at the same time and keep rotating it, they will wear evenly. So somehow you may not necessarily say that this one is better or the other one is better. But if in case we are buying in twos and we have two already and we are buying another two, check which of these twos are better. Put the better one in front because the front tire is what steers your vehicle and it needs good tires. Now, if you're driving a front wheel drive vehicle, note that your front tires will wear out like 3 times faster than the back tires. So that is why it's necessary that you rotate often. If you're driving a back wheel drive, the front will wear out like 2 times faster than the back. Why it is so is that front wheel tires, the driving wheel is the front, the steering wheel is also at the front. So it wears out like 3 times faster than the back. But if you're driving a back wheel drive vehicle, the front tires will wear out like twice faster than the back tires, being that the front tires steers the vehicle and the back tires push the vehicle. So let us have this at the back of our mind. So if you don't know which one is front or back, kindly ask your mechanic, is your vehicle a front wheel drive or a back wheel drive? And when you have this information, use it to make reference to your tire to know how to change your tires. So even if you buy 4 tires and maybe one gets bad, you may find it difficult to buy two and discard the other one. So even if you're buying one, when you buy that one, as much as possible, depending on how long you've used those other ones, find a way to be sure that the tires are of at least they are relatively the same size, and preferably the ones that are already there in the vehicle, if they are the ones at the back, push them to the front, and then that new one you bought plus the other one that is in front, take them to the back. But at every point in time, try and make sure that your better tires are in front. It's what steers your vehicle, and if anything happens to your front tire, you're bound to have more issues than when it is the back tire. So now let's talk about how else our tires affect performance. If we want to change our tires, let's say we want to increase the size of the tires, let us look out for the tire size suggestion that is normally being placed at the door, driver's side of our vehicles. This will help us that we don't take the car out of shape, because if we put tires that are smaller than the recommended size, it affects our speedometer reading. If we put tires that are much bigger than the recommended size, it also affects our speedometer reading. So when the tires are small, our speedometer reads faster. Why is this so? The manufacturers have actually used the tire size to calibrate the speedometer reading, that as fast as the wheels are rotating, this is a certain speed which you are making. So when the tires are small, it means that what the rotation of the tires will be less, and then the speedometer will be reading faster, in that you'll be seeing 100, whereas in actual sense what you're making is around 90, 95 or even there are about 1995. But if the wheels are bigger, it will make it seem as if you're running slower. You'll be seeing 80, whereas you're actually running like 85, 90. So when we are changing our tires, definitely let's make use of the recommended tire sizes by the manufacturers. And that would also affect our braking. That will affect our vehicle ABS. That will affect our vehicle cruise control if our vehicle is equipped with it. So when we are changing tires, let's make use of the recommended tires. If not, we are bound to have certain challenges with that vehicle. And even when the tires are wider or bigger than what is recommended, when we wheel, there's a possibility for the tire to be touching the inside of the vehicle. And then if it's also big at the back and we did not raise the vehicle also, when you carry load to an extent, you will see that when the vehicle drops low, the vehicle body will be touching the tire and rubbing on it. And definitely it will not be good for you. It will end up damaging the tire as well. So let's have this in mind as we now as as I was saying earlier, I want to give us some of these tire maintenance tips so that it would help us to be sure that our tires are in good condition. One thing that we need to be doing often is to use our eyes at least physically to inspect our tires to be sure that they are properly inflated. And then from time to time, you can even press it and see if the pressure is enough. Another thing we can actually physically do is to inspect our tires, especially the front tires. From time to time, wheel it out left and right, and then look at the tires to see if there's an uneven wear among it. If we notice that the tires is eating one side more than the other, definitely you have to go and check your alignment. And then from time to time too, you have to be balancing your tires. Why is this so? As these tires wear out, the balancing of the tire is also affected. So as much as possible, depending on how often you rotate your tires, when you go for this tire rotation, also ask them to balance your tire if you have the funds. If you cannot do it very often, at least twice a year, balance your tires. Wheel alignment is something you should do more often, especially if you're driving through unpaved roads. If you don't check your alignment, you may not necessarily notice when, because of the bad roads, your wheel has gone out of alignment, and then before you know, one of your tires is gone when the others are still looking good. So we need to be doing wheel balancing and then checking our alignment. Then also don't mix or match tires. If you have the means, as I said earlier, buy your tires in twos and in fours, and then replace your tires when needed. Also, check your spare tires because at times you may not even know when those spares start losing air and you think your spare tire is good. I personally am a culprit too, but I want to start doing that. If you don't check your spare tire, one day you get stuck on the road and you bring out the spare tire and you see that it's bad. It's not even drivable. So we have to bear in mind these tips when it comes to our tires. Remember, our tire is very important. It helps our vehicle stability. It helps us with braking. It helps us when we are taking bends. It helps us when we are driving through rough roads. So when we have these tips in mind, it would help us. On my next video, I would share with us how to rotate our tires either in twos or in fours. When you rotate these tires, then it means that if you buy in fours, the tire that is on the left side front will end up going to the other parts before the end of 2 years or whenever it is you want to change the tire. That is what we are going to do on our next video. And then other videos that you would also benefit from is drivetrain options in vehicles. What do I mean by drivetrain? It can be either front wheel drive or back wheel or all wheel or four wheel drive. So if you're buying your vehicle, which one would you consider? And then we're also going to talk about vehicle engine size and its effects, how the engine size of our vehicle affects fuel consumption, and then also how long would that vehicle last for you depending on usage. So these are some of the things we are going to discuss on our next video. So I will encourage you to subscribe if you have not, but if you have, always check out for other videos that I'm going to do. There are a lot of things you can learn concerning your vehicle to improve its performance, how long it will last for you, and other things too. So if you appreciate the videos, kindly recommend it to others. I thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Have a nice time.